Hi, We Church, Julia Abel here. Today, I want to share with us a thought around coming and sitting with Jesus. The title is Come, Sit with Jesus. What if Jesus invited us today to come and sit with him? Not come and talk with him, not go and do the work of the ministry with him, but to come and sit with Jesus. I wonder what scriptures he would take us to. Well, let's have a look at John 15, 1 to 17. I'm reading from the New Living Translation. And I want you to, if you can, count how many times Jesus himself uses the word remain in this passage of scripture. The title is Jesus, the True Vine. He says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in mine that doesn't produce fruit, and he prunes the branches that do bear fruit so that they will produce even more. You have already been pruned and purified by the message I have given you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. For a branch cannot produce fruit if it is severed from the vine, and you cannot be fruitful unless you remain in me. Yes, I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who remain in me and I in them will produce much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. And anyone who does not remain in me is thrown away like a useless branch and withers. Such branches are gathered into a pile to be burned. But if you remain in me, there it is again. If you remain in me and my word remains in you, you may ask anything you want and it will be granted. When you produce much fruit, you are my true disciples. This brings great glory to my Father. I have loved you even as the Father has loved me. Remain in my love. When you obey my commands, you remain in my love, just as I obey my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have told you these things so that you will be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will overflow. This is my commandment. Love each other in the same way I has loved you. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you slaves because a master doesn't confide in his slaves. Now you are my friends, since I have told you everything the Father told me. So, what does it mean to remain? I think there's over 10 times that Jesus uses this scripture. In fact, he takes a 2-minute passage in the Bible to explain how much he wants us to remain in him and how important it is for us to remain in him if we're going to produce the kind of fruit that he's after. So what does it mean to remain? Well, the dictionary says remain means to continue to exist, especially after other similar people or things have ceased to do so. So what does it mean to remain in Jesus? Well, I've got 3 thoughts. There's so many things that we can do, but some practical examples that we can put into practice after we've listened to this message today are these things that will help us do exactly what we need to do to produce the kind of fruit that Jesus is after in our life. So the first thing that we need to do if we're going to remain is to turn up. To turn up to sit with Jesus, to turn up to meet with Jesus. In John 15:4, Jesus says, remain in me, turn up, and I will remain in you. I will turn up. I will turn up. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. That's Jesus's promise to us. But are we turning up? So I want to be that girl that is constantly in his presence. I want to be that woman that says, hey, Jesus, it's me again. It's Jules. I'm here to wait with you. I'm here to sit at your feet. I'm here to discuss what you think about the world. I'm here to discuss the way forward. I'm here to discuss how to get wholeness. I'm here to discuss who needs healing. I'm here to discuss your plan and purposes for the earth. I'm here, Jesus, just to wait if I need to be. So I call this time my appointment with God. You know, I think we're so easily prepared to put into our diaries an appointment with another person, or an appointment to go to the gym, or an appointment to do something that we can see with our natural eyes. But are we as prepared to make an appointment in our diaries with Jesus? So the first thought in remaining is just turning up. The second thought is being still. If you're anything like me, being still can be awkward. Even if I was just still and said nothing in this moment, it could get a little awkward. And you may even turn off your device or your television. But the truth is, if we want to learn how to remain in Jesus, we've got to learn the art of stillness. In Psalm 46, verse 10, in the New Living Translation, the psalmist says, "Be still and know that I am God." This is God talking to the psalmist. "I will be exalted amongst the nation. I will be exalted in the earth." It doesn't say here, get busy and know that I am God, or scroll through socials and know that I am God, or go to church and know that I am God, or hear the latest cool preacher and know that I am God. He gives us this one clue to know that he is God. Be still. Practicing stillness in our everyday, in our weekends. Do we know the art of being still? Because it's in that stillness that we know that he is God. And silence isn't empty. Can I encourage you? Silence is often full of answers. It's full of the answers that we're searching for as we remain in Jesus. And the third thing, what does it look like to remain with Jesus? It looks like listening. Oh, we're so good, aren't we, at articulating at times what's going on in our own mind, in our own heart. But I wonder what's going on in the heart of Jesus. I wonder if we're practicing his presence by listening to him. You know, I think that if we spend time in his presence, he would say things like, "Do you see what I see, Julia? I know the globe looks like a mess. Can I share with you what I'm seeing right now? Can I share with you, Julia, what I'm wanting to do on the earth right now? I am convinced that God is not keeping his plans and purpose for the people on the earth at this time in history a mystery. He's not a mystery. God is not a mystery that he is trying to keep this big plan from us. In fact, I think if we just opened our ears to hear, opened our heart to hear, we would hear what the Spirit is saying to us for our own lives, and we would hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. So I want to ask just this last question. Are we practicing being in the presence of God? Are we practicing listening? Are we practicing remaining? I think if we learn the art of remaining, we'll show the kind of fruit that Jesus is after. God bless you, We Church. Have a fantastic day. And I pray that you've just received some practical examples like I have to put into practice every day, remaining and sitting with Jesus. God bless you.